Alright, so here is my first squat session in over a month. I would consider it as a real squat session. This is me doing my favorite stretch to open up my hips, to get better external rotation and better neutral spine and minimize my butt wink at the bottom of my squat. Here I am squatting the parallel. I usually like to squat a little bit lower than this. And one of my biggest limiters in this squat is my ankle range of motion. If I can get my knees a little further forward, it would prevent my hips from tucking under so much. And right here, they're actually pretty good. I've been working on it pretty hard. Probably the hardest part is just essentially really pushing the knees out and getting that cues of knees out to externally rotate the knees and activate the hips. Here's 165 pounds. And just doing a real squat session, doing some sets, warming up to a working set of over 200 pounds is what I'm working on today. Nothing impressive at all. I'm rebuilding my squat because of some knee pain I've been suffering kind of in different places in both knees, depending on how I squat, whether I front squat or if I do heavy squats. Here's a 205. And one of the things you'll notice in my knee is that I'm really trying my best to screw my feet in the ground and most importantly, put a lot of pressure on my big toe. That way my big toe and the ball of my foot anchor the ground, and then my heel presses against the ground to help maintain an arch in my foot for a stable foot position. Here's 225. This is something I have not squatted in a really long time. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just doing my best to really brace my abs, push my knees out, and keep it as neutral of a spine as possible, minimizing the chance of my hips butt winking. I know there's some that's okay, that's normal, but I'm trying to really perfect it because I just want to prevent my left leg from doing all the work when I get to the bottom, because when I get stuck and I'm pushing really hard, my left leg dominates. And here I am doing box squats at 245. This is probably one of the best ways to rebuild a squat because what it does, it allows for really good positioning, so that way if you start to shift around, like if you have one side stronger than the other significantly, people do shift. I've seen people on YouTube shift. And I really think it's one of the biggest reasons why people have issues with their knee and their hips and their low back, because they have too much of a shift in their body. And what I'm doing is I'm using the box to equalize the pressure, so that way when I touch the box, I'm pushing evenly with both feet. Because if I push evenly with both feet, it's quite hard because my right leg my right hip actually is a little bit weaker. My right quad's actually pretty strong. My left glute and hamstring is much stronger. So what ends up happening is when I get to the bottom of my squat, my left hip and glute want to fire and just basically get me out of the hole. Whereas my right side is not only tighter in the hip, it's also weaker when it's coming out of the hole. So what I'm trying to do is just really focus in, hone in on that position, and really perfect my technique. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Click like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thanks for watching.